Hello my fiery friends, welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So, well, I actually was not expecting to stream today, but somehow things managed to work out in our favor. So I figured, you know what, the Midweek Magic Event is just about to begin, so this will be a perfect time to do a live stream. So, what are we going to be playing with today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into right now and show you exactly what is going to be going on for today. Alright, so it's going to be the Midweek Magic Event, and it's going to be the Brawl Builder Challenge. So as you can see right here, it says, welcome to Midweek Magic, blah, blah, blah. This week's event is the Brawl Builder Challenge. Choose any commander from the latest set and build a 100-card Brawl deck using any cards from Arena. Okay, so that's not a problem for us. We'll get this started right here. And thankfully, we managed to build a deck late last night to actually make this all work. So without further ado, join me for the Midweek Magic Event, as we are going to be playing a deck that's focused on a unique commander. He's actually an uncommon called Mica, Reader of Ruins, in a deck that I'm calling Blast from the Past. So that's pretty much the game plan for today, everyone. As you can see right here, before we get started, we'll go over again how this all works. We'll go over every single card, talk about the stats of the deck. We'll play in the course of the Midweek Magic Event, and once we are done, we'll jump into regular Brawl with a much more powerful version if you do like what this deck is trying to do. So, starting with the stats of the deck, because longtime viewers of the channel know how we do it, we got to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. Blast from the Past, as you can see here, is mono red with an average mana curve about 2.5. In total, we only have 16 creatures in the deck. We have 16 instants, 13 sorceries, and 27 artifacts. That's a lot of artifacts, by the way. We have 3 enchantments and 35 lands to round out the package. So, this is actually a card that kind of tickled my fancy a little earlier, and I was like, maybe we can build something around it. But it is definitely a unique card, even among some of the decks we've done in the past. So Mica, Reader of Ruins here, legendary creature, human artificer. He has a ward of protection of 3 life, and also he's a 4/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may sacrifice an artifact, and if you do, you can copy the spell and choose new targets for the copy. So there's 2 things we're going to be focusing on with Mica here. In order for us to double up our instants and sorceries, we need to start sacrificing a ton of cheap artifacts to get more value. So that's the name of the game. Artifacts and then spellslinging, all in one package. Is that possible to do, even on a budget? Well, you're about to find out how we can make this work. So let's go cover the first part of it. So on the 1-drop slot, we'll utilize a bunch of cheap artifacts like Implemented Combustion here. These are great artifacts for us to use because artifacts like these are sweet. When they leave the battlefield, you get to draw a card, for example, off of something like this. So these are perfect targets for us to draw extra cards off of and sacrifice their value with once Mica comes out. Affinity for Anime. Hi, Infernoman. Haven't done the Midweek Magic yet. Not sure what to build just yet. Well, thanks again for joining us today. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Well, you're going to see that we're going to give a shot at what we're trying to do here. I mean, honestly, this deck kind of has a little untested, so I don't know if this is actually going to work for today. Maybe this might crash and burn, or maybe this actually might turn out well. But if you want to stick around to see what I've come up with for this week's Midweek Magic, let's see if this can actually make a dent. All right, and then going over the next of the cheap of the 1-drop slot here, we have Clockwork Percussionist, this little monkey toy. If it dies, exile the top card of your library, and you have until the end of your next turn to actually cast a spell. So this is another one of the cards you do want to sacrifice to get more value out of. Some of our cheap stuff that we want to double up on to get more value will be cards like End the Festivities here. Simple little 1 damage to each creature, planeswalker, and opponent who controls spell. However, if you can double this up, this actually can be a much more effective small pseudo one-sided wrath. Other cheap artifacts we're going to use is Experimental Synthesizer here. When it enters or leaves, exile the top card of your library, and you can play it. If you need to sacrifice it, you can make a token out of it, but realistically, these are the kind of artifacts you want to just sack for value. Fire Magic's another great card for us to also use as a small, low-level sweeper to blow away our opponent's stuff. We do have some spot removal with cards like Galvanic Blast. Since we are going to be using a lot of artifacts in this deck, we want to make sure we can get the best value from some of our individual burn spells. If we need to go wide, we'll use token enablers like Lethal Demolition here and Cadoth Rebirth. Although you have to cast an additional cost, for example, to sacrifice an artifact to use Cadoth Rebirth, hopefully this deck should spew out just enough artifacts where this actually is not going to be a problem for us. Lethal Demolition allows you to destroy an artifact. It doesn't have to destroy your own artifact, but if you destroy your opponent's, just keep in mind you won't get the tokens. Just FYI. Other options we have if you need to sacrifice value will be cards like Goldhound here. It's a treasure dog, so you can sacrifice it individually if you need a little bit of extra mana. Otherwise, for our other spot removal, we have Lightning Bolt here, proper, so of course 3 damage to any target. Great for us to then copy and then do some more damage with. We have cards like Spikefield Hazard, which can be either a tap land in a pinch, or again, use it to do 1 point of damage to any target, and hopefully exile it if the creature does get destroyed. Strike It Rich also could be great for us to double up on if you want to make more treasure tokens. And again, you can even sacrifice the treasures if you need to double up other spells. So great for any point in the game. In the 2-drop slot, we have a Braid here, dealing 3 damage to any creature, or you could use it to just blow up another artifact at instant speed. So some of the other spells we're going to try to utilize and hopefully we can double up on will give us extra value, like cards like Cathodic Pyre here, either using it as spot removal or use it to discard cards you don't need to draw into cards you do need. Cleansing Wildfire may look a little strange in a deck like ours, but ideally for a deck like this, you want to try to target one of our indestructible lands. So Darksteel Citadel, if you can target Cleansing Wildfire with it, it's kind of like a pseudo ramp spell for you. Other cards that'll help you out will be cards like, cards that allow you to draw a bunch of extra cards. However, keep in mind with the way copying works, it doesn't require you, of course, to copy the additional cost to a card. So if, for example, Demand Answers here, if you sacrifice, say, another artifact, and then you can draw the 2 cards, you can then copy with Mica, so you only have to sacrifice actually 1 artifact to basically draw 4 cards. So just keep that in mind for things like this when you want to mix and match what you're trying to copy and not copy. Additional value for us will be cards like Dousing Device here. Anytime when this artifact or another artifact you control enters, give a creature haste and +1/+0. If you have 4 more artifacts, flip it into a land, which is going to be Geode Grotto here, which can of course be tapped for red mana, or you can give one of your creatures an extra pump up with +X/+0, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Keep in mind it's only at sorcery speed, but still good value for you. Dragon Spark Reactor here, one of our best finishers for our deck here. Anytime another artifact enters, put charge counters on it. And for 4 mana and at instant speed, sacrifice the artifact to deal damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to a target player, or that much damage to 1 creature. So this is also could be, hopefully, as long as it sticks long enough, we should be able to blow up our opponent. Goblin Engineer is definitely going to be a must-have for a deck like this. It's a Goblin Artificer. When this creature enters, search your library for an artifact card and put it into your graveyard, which later on you can use the secondary ability to tap it, pay the red mana to then bring back an artifact card with a mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So good value to start digging out what you need to just dump into the yard and hopefully recast it. Highway Robbery here for more card draw enabling. It has plot, so then you can plot it away and then use it for free later on. More of our awesome cards here that can help us sacrifice for extra value. Cards like Improvised Glove here. And also, I'll just throw it out there now. We also have Shrapnel Blast. These allow you to sacrifice artifacts. Shrapnel Blast deals 5 damage to any target. And Improvised Glove will deal 4 damage to any target. So good again for any point. Iroh's Demonstration here is a sorcery lesson. It can either use it to be a one-sided wrath to deal 1 damage to each creature an opponent controls, or 4 damage to a target creature. Makeshift Munitions, if we start getting to a point where the board gets gummed up, we can start utilizing this to then sacrifice some of our extra artifacts or creatures to hopefully close out the game and blow away your opponent by pinging them down. Mauser Foundry here is going to enable us to create a robot token, and also when it enters or leaves, it will provide that robot token for us. If you have to sacrifice it for 5 mana, a little expensive, but you can also deal 3 damage to a creature if you need to. Piggy Bank here is a 3/2 boar toy. When this creature dies, leave behind a treasure token. So this is another one of our great sacrificer value options for us. In case we do need to double up on other things here, we'll use cards like Pyretic Ritual here. We also are going to use a couple of other ritual effects we'll talk about in a second here. But of course, this just helps us add more red mana. This is one of those spells you definitely want to double up on to get a ton of burst mana if you need to cast maybe something really, really big, which we'll talk about what you can cast for big in a bit. To take more advantage of all the pinging we're going to do, we'll use cards like Reckless Fireweaver here. Anytime an artifact we control enters, ping your opponent for 1 point of damage. We'll use, of course, one of the biggest stars for the show here, Weapons Manufacturing. And this is actually one of my favorite cards, by the way, from Edge of Eternities. Anytime a non-token artifact you control enters, make a munitions token. These are actually going to be extremely good for a deck like ours, because with these cards, with this token, when it leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. So these are definitely going to be the things you want to start making tokens of. Then use Mica's ability to then sacrifice those munitions. Hopefully you can ping out maybe like your opponent's face, or maybe just blow away a couple of cheap creatures to get more and more value. So this is definitely something you want to try to get out ideally ASAP for any time you use this deck. If we need to redirect spells, or if you want to copy spells, use Return the Favor here. You can either use this to redirect a spell or an ability to a single target, or then use this to copy an instant, sorcery spell, activated ability, or even a triggered ability and double up on it. So really good value if you can then get this to go off. For bigger spot removal, we use Scorching Shot here. 2 mana, sorcery speed, 5 damage to target creature. We will use a lot of our mana rocks here to help us just ramp up our package here. So we'll use Arcane Signet. We have Collector's Vault to then filter our draws to make sure we can get to what we need and get some treasure tokens. Diamond Mirror is mostly here just to stabilize because red is not good at gaining life. So against other decks out there, he's mostly here just to make sure we can just keep a little bit of life gain going. Gleaming Barrier, when it also dies, will leave behind a treasure token. So again, good value for us. Ichor Wellspring, when it enters or it leaves the battlefield or it leaves, you can draw a card. Lembas here is a food. When it enters, scry 1 and draw a card. If you need to sacrifice it, also use it to gain some life, but again, just mostly more value. Ornithopter Paradise is another mana dork to help us get to what we need and cast things faster. Put Swiftfoot Boots on top of Mica here because let's be real, the ward ability is nice, but again, most opponents will definitely pay the 3 life just to get rid of this, so better to have more protection with Swiftfoot Boots. In the 3-drop slot, we'll use Blazing Fire Singer here from the Secrets of Strixhaven set. She enters prepared, and also you can use Seething Song on her, an instant speed spell to then add more red mana. This is, again, another spell you definitely want to copy to get more value. Flick a Coin here, another one of our cute little card draw engines here, pinging your opponent for 1 point of damage, leave behind a treasure token, and then draw a card. Glimpse the Impossible here allows you to exile the top 3 cards of your library and play those cards this turn. However, anything you don't play gets put into the graveyard, but it leaves behind for you some Eldrazi spawns. So kind of use this as kind of like, I don't know, like a pseudo card draw ramp. So either way, at any point, this is still good value. Glittering Stockpile is another one of our 3-drop mana rocks here. You can use it to add red mana, put a stash counter on it, and if you sacrifice it later on, you can then do a burst of red mana where X is the number of stash counters on the artifact. Seething Song is also similar to the ritual itself, so another bigger ritual to make sure we can get what we need. Seize the Spoils here, discard a card to draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. Sundering Eruption here either is a land in a pinch or use it to just blow up a target land and then make your opponent put down a basic for yourself. You can use it on yourself, but realistically this is mostly just to blow up whatever your opponent has on the field. Tablet of Discovery here, another one of our 3-drop mana rocks here. Use it to either add red mana or double red mana. However, you can only use it for instant and sorcery spells. Trash Retriever is definitely a hidden treasure and definitely a great gem for our deck here. Sacrifice an artifact and bring back a target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Keep in mind the way this is worded, there is no limitation on whatever artifact you want. And we'll show you in just a moment like what you can recur with this, which is some great stuff in a little bit. Weftstalker Ardent here is similar to the Reckless Fireweaver. Anytime a creature or an artifact you control enters, you can ping your opponent for 1. If you need to warp it for 1 point, maybe just to squeeze in a little extra damage, that works too, so it helps out close out the game. To make sure we can keep control of the board here, we'll use Brotherhood's End. You can use this to just hit everything for 3 points of damage to creatures and planeswalkers, or destroy all artifacts with a mana value of 3 or less. This actually goes pretty well if you do manage to get a critical mass of these munition tokens, because you will blow up all the tokens and they will trigger off their abilities. So it's another way you can kind of forcefully get rid of all your munitions out of the way. Mechanized Warfare here is excellent for our deck, and it's perfect because if a red source or an artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent they control, it deals that much damage plus an extra 1 point. Sometimes that 1 little point may not seem like much, but that can sometimes mean the difference between winning or losing. So just FYI, it's great for our deck. Heraldic Banner, we don't have too many creatures in this deck. However, it's a good mana rock because it still gives all of our creatures of the chosen color an extra +1/+0 pump. Junk Diver here allows itself to die, and if it does, bring back another artifact card from our graveyard to our hand to recur for more value. Mirage Mirror here, so this is actually going to be a really sweet spell at instant speed. You can use this to copy an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. So this is going to be one of those cards where you're going to have to kind of pick and choose what you want. Ideally, if this works out perfectly, use this at instant speed if you need to then copy something like, say, your weapon manufacturing, so you can double up on all the munition triggers and get a lot more value out of it. So this is one of those options that you can use, or maybe like an extra mana dork or whatever you need to just get whatever to get combos going. In the 4-drop slot, we'll use Big Score here, and we'll also throw an Unexpected Windfall. These are both the same card, literally. Instant speed, you discard a card, you draw 2 cards, and create 2 treasure tokens to help make sure you can keep your ramp package going. Stormkilled Artist is definitely one of our stars of the show, also in a deck like this. And actually, he goes really well with our game plan. So this has Magecraft. Anytime you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, so that means every time you can copy with Mica here, you actually will get even more value. You leave behind treasure tokens. Those treasure tokens can then be sacrificed, which can allow you to copy even more spells for more value. So you kind of see where that loop comes into play. It's a neat little loop, by the way. If nothing else, it'll at least give itself an extra bit of pump for every artifact we control, so it can be a good aggro threat in the late game. Hedron Archive here is another of our bigger mana rocks here, and then taps it for 2 generic mana, but also you could sacrifice it with 2 and then draw 2 extra cards if you need it, if you no longer lead it in the late game. Solemn Simulacrum here, so this is going to be one of our artifact creatures. When it enters, adds for us another land by getting out a basic. If it dies, you can just draw a card off of it, so again, good for sacking purposes. Forgot to mention it in the 4-drop slot, but also we have Longshot Rebel Bowman here. So from the Avatar set, legendary creature, human rebel ally. He has reach. He's a 3/3, but he has a pretty good ability here where it says non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Anytime you cast a non-creature spell, whether it's an artifact, enchantment, instants, or sorceries, you can ping your opponent for 2 damage. So he's a good way to slowly just put a clock on your opponent. In the 5, 6, and 7 drop slot to round out our package here, we'll use Pyromancer's Goggles. This is a legendary artifact. It's a very expensive mana rock, but we want it for one specific reason. When you tap the red mana, you can then copy a spell and then choose new targets for the copy. So this is actually good for us for our spell slinging shenanigans. Pinnacle Monk here allows itself to then bring back an instant or sorcerer card we want to reuse from the graveyard back to our hand, or if you don't need it in the early game, you can make it a tap land. Zuko's Exile here is an instant lesson that says exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. So this is one of our few ways in mono red we can actually blow away enchantments. So use it carefully, everyone. And then if you do use it on an opponent, they leave behind a clue token. Finally, in the 7-drop slot, we have the one and only Meteor Golem. Again, this is a budget deck, so this is pretty much all we can afford, as kind of like our only other option for non-land permanent removal. So this can blow away stuff. This is actually a good target for you with cards such as your Trash for Treasure. So if it does get blown up, use it with Trash for Treasure to bring it back. Or maybe something like Junk Diver to also get more value off of it. So just FYI's options for you to then reuse it for extra spots. Finally, before we jump into the event, we'll show you, of course, our mana base, which is going to be, again, as cheap as possible. 26 mountains, a Great Furnace as an artifact land, Dwarven Mine. If we have 3 or more mountains, we get a free token off of that. Ramanop Ruins will ping itself once you sacrifice this desert land to do 2 damage. And then our utility lands will be Arid Archway. We have Darksteel Citadel, Demolition Field for non-basic land hate, along with Volatile Fault. But Volatile Fault is great in our deck because we do want that treasure. We have the Gold Saucer to help generate more treasures if we need to, if we're kind of stalling out. And since we're going to be utilizing a lot of tokens, we'll throw in the Fountain Port to round out our package to give us even more value. And that is Blast from the Past, everyone. Whew. Okay, so we finally got through that whole thing. Let's go ahead, let's now pick that deck. Let's play with that. Let's see if we can get through the Midweek Magic Event, and let's see how well this deck can do. Whew. Okay, so as always, thank you again for hanging in there for the entire breakdown of the deck, everyone. But now we're going to get into the gameplay for the remainder of the stream, and let me know what you're going to be playing with for the Midweek Magic Event that's just kicked off. All right, so we got our first game going here. Let's see. Okay, so we got Longshot, which is good. Gleaming Barrier for protection for now. Hedron Archive, and we definitely have a lot of ramp to work with here. We don't have any spells to double up on, triple up on, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll find something soon. We got to find something, right? Okay, so our opponent is going to be playing with Black, which we played with a couple weeks ago, actually. He is a cute card, though, and he actually does really good with his ability. That probably means our opponent's going to try to start doing a lot of life gain shenanigans, which also kind of hurts this deck a little bit, but we'll get around it. We will try. We won't give up. Let's start with the Dream Beavers. Okay, we got a Tablet Discovery, too. That's good. So literally we have all the mana rocks in the world. So once we start getting this all sequenced together, we should have no problem basically kind of casting anything once we have a couple of spells we can fire off. I guess it all depends on what our opponent wants to throw at us, if anything at all. Opponents? You there? Hello? Opponent? Oh, there we are. Down to 23. Okay, got another mountain. So, again, we have all the ramp in the world. Arcane Signet coming down first. The only thing that might hurt us is if our opponent has artifact removal. But even so, they only have so much. I don't think they have anything that blows away everything we have. Right? Here comes Black. Alright. Lembos, that's fine too. Monomusa is redeeming the hydrate. I probably should be drinking some water, by the way. And also I see on here you're telling me also to stretch. Oh, well, we did stretch earlier, but here, see it. You probably might not see it on screen, but... Oh, actually, I heard something crack there. Ouch. Okay. Okay. Should be okay. Should be okay, but thanks for that. Okay, let's see. I want to put down long shot to start pinging, but is that a trap? I don't know. You know what? We'll put down the Hedron Archive first. This way we can now start ramping. Gleaming Barrier for protection. Where are our spells at? Where's our spell slinging shenanigans? Come on, deck. Give me at least one spell to start copying. Okay. So the way this should work... Hopefully... Okay, Withering Torment. That's fine. We don't mind that because that does leave behind a treasure we can use. Chris Grainer, hello my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful ever at, and thanks again for joining us. I went 3-2 this midweek. I ran Professor Delian Fey. I lost to a Bleck deck that got out of hand right away. Bleck is actually a really powerful card. A lot of people have been sleeping on Bleck here. He's such a little cutie though, but I do like him though. But you made a Professor Delian deck, huh? I haven't had a chance to play with him that much. Maybe we should probably build something around him maybe for like 60 card. I want to give him a shot at some point. Until then, we'll play long shot first. Because we don't have anything to really, you know... There's nothing for us to copy with spells, so I guess we'll just do this for the time being. Tablet of Discovery. Okay, we add one generic. Ping our opponent for 2. We mill 1 card. We can play it if we want to. Okay, nice. Mauser Foundry. That actually works for us. Ping our opponent again. Alright. Leaves behind our robot. And then finally to finish it up, we have Lembas. Not too bad, right? 6 damage off a long shot. We scry 1. Okay. Do we want the Collector's Vaults? I mean, that at least is a draw engine, so I guess we'll just keep it on top. So, you know what? We'll throw it out now. 1 mana, thanks to Longshot's ability there, makes him pretty good. I realize Longshot's actually highly underrated, because that cheapens a lot of our stuff. Okay. So we pretty much have dumped out our whole hand, but that's okay. Alright, there goes Longshot. That's a shame. But at least he got some work in before he got blown up. We managed to close the gap pretty fast here. Okay. Mauser Foundry does die. Leaves behind the Lander for them. Opponent swings. That's okay, though. We'll take the damage for now. We go to 14. Ooh, nice. Meteor Golem. We'll take that. So Meteor Golem here means that Bleck goes bye-bye. Too bad, opponent. Too bad. Swing here. Down to 14. Okay. We're still in this fight. I will say, though, I think our deck does pretty good at ramping. We definitely have all the mana rocks in the world. Okay, opponent hits us for 1. Opponent recasted that, so let's see. We'll play Mica. So at this point, I think we're going to have to start drawing and discarding. Okay? Okay, another mountain. We don't need that. So you can hide a treasure. We'll save the Junk Diver. That's in case our Golem needs to be recast. So I think that's our game plan right now. We're going to see if we could try to blow up Bleck one more time. Maybe keeps him out of the game. Ooh, that has Death Touch. Ugh. That's not good. Okay, opponent swinging. Just with their Beaver, that's fine. Okay, down to 12. Well, at least we managed to slow down. Oh, there we go. That actually works out very well for us. Makeshift munitions. Okay, so how do we get value off of this in a way we want? Okay, so I think we'll wait it out. The way I'm looking at this right now is we use the munitions, ping out the beavers, that stalls the opponent. If we need to sacrifice the golem, that's fine because Junk Diver can come back next turn. Okay, well actually no, here we go. Actually this might be better for us here. Take out one robot. Beavers is gone, so now they're kind of in a spot where they have to do something. Okay. I kind of wish we could double up this trigger, though, with makeshift munitions, but that's okay. Okay, star-shaped cleric. They make their offspring. Okay. It's fine, opponents. Swinging? No? Okay, so from here, the makeshift munitions. Lose the robot. There we go. Just going to start firing all off here. Ping, ping, ping. And our opponent has had enough. All right. Well, there you go, everyone. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Mica was able to start getting us some extra value without... Actually, he didn't really do anything, but hey, you know what? The deck still worked. I'll still take the win. Okay. Well, not, again, the most exciting showing of him. At least Mono Red Artifacts does show that this deck can still make some magic happen. All right, so, okay, got gems. That's good. Let's go ahead. Let's keep the good times rolling. See if we can get 2 more wins. Once we get to the 2 wins, we'll then play the more upgraded version in a little bit. But if we actually finish fast, maybe I'll see if I can try to put this into proper Brawl and see how it works. Okay, opponent is playing with Quandrix the Proof. Okay. So, let's see. We got a Simulacrum, Shrapnel Blast. We got some good spot removal. Okay. Let's see. We just need to get a couple more lands, and I think this one should be okay. Meanwhile, our opponent's going to start ramping like crazy here because of Burgeoning. Joy. Okay. So, opponent is playing with colors that are going to be ramping very quickly here. Very, very easily. I don't know if we're going to win this one, but let's see if we can at least hang in there. Just a little bit. Okay. We have enough now to... Okay. Play the Goblin Engineer. Got to dig out something that we can put into the yard and then hopefully get back later. But it has to be 3-drop. What do we want to put into the yard? I guess more value. Okay. Oh, actually, I forgot that you can also get the artifact lands if you want to. But for now, I want to get the best value, so... Tablet of Discovery should get milled. Okay. That should be good, right? That should be the right one play. Okay. Opponent, show me what you got. Case of the Ransacked Lab. Instant sorceries are cheaper. Huh, okay. That's fine for now. Okay, they still can do their land shenanigans if they want to. Nothing? Okay. I guess we'll just attack with the engineer because we don't really have anything else to play for the time being. That's okay. But the good news is, with the next turn, Simulacrum comes out, and then we should be able to get some good value there. Okay, nothing components. Cool. All right. Play the Gold Saucer. Okay. Simulacrum time. Okay, get it to basic. That's nice. The only other thing is, I forgot, it's just going to keep ramping our opponents. 3 steps it. Okay. I guess if you want to draw opponent, that's fine. Discard some stuff. Wait, what they discard? Diversion equation. Okay. We're not worried about that right now, but okay. Yep, we'll get our ramp. So there we go. Mountains. Doing our thing. Affinity for anime. That's another card that needs to be banned, in my opinion. Burgeoning. Too much value for 1 mana. Yeah, I think green has enough value overall. Especially in Arena. Yeah, green doesn't need any more help. Let's be real. If anything, red needs help. Okay, Quandrix coming in. What'd they get? Okay, Auroral Possession. So they bring back any card from their graveyard back to their hand. What do they reuse? 3 steps ahead. Diversion equation. Oh, they went for the ramp. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Okay, so... how do we want to do this here? Okay, so first off, we will get back the tablet. Simulacrum dies. Rip. We draw a card off of that? Okay. Ooh, we got the Trash for Treasure. That's good, too. Alright, got a free land off of that. They still get ramped because that's dumb. Let's see. I guess Mica is probably now... this is the best time to bring him in. Then finally... Dousing device. That has 5 for it, but we can't really do damage. No tax. Wait it out. Okay, but I do have an idea. All just comes down to what our opponent's going to do here, though. We got to find a way to slow them down. So Quandrix has to go some way, somehow. So the best way we do this is we just got to blow away with Scorching Shot. Okay, they paid the 3. Okay. Shared roots, so for more ramping. Okay. At least Mica goes to our hand. That's not horrible. Still more lands. At 19. We got to find a way to blow up Quandrix ASAP, but that's not easy for us. Okay, Mica coming down again. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this? Scorching Shot on Quandrix the Prof. We will sacrifice that artifact. Double it up. Nice. Say goodbye. Oh, finally. Okay. That's not too bad, right? And of course, on top of that, let's see. If we want to, we can actually sacrifice the tablet if we need to and just kind of do a cute little value engine there. But for now, actually, you know what? We'll do this now. Tablet. It's a cute little combo, right? All right. There we go. Okay. Pinnacle Monk. Actually, we'll keep that there. Swing. Affinity for anime. Yeah, Mono Red has it pretty tough in Brawl. They do. They are missing a lot of good pieces that are only available in paper right now. So I'm hoping that maybe someday Red will get better. I still am a believer in Red. Kyle Hurst. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. Kyle saying, doesn't help that the new matchmaking sucks. They said they fixed it, but it feels like it's still not quite there yet. Having said that, this is Midweek Magic, so there is some limitations. But we'll see how this all goes. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this here? Hedron Archive. Okay. We will put that on Mica again. Okay, so from here, tap for the 2, sacrifice trash for treasure. Hold on. Actually, no. Hold on. Shrapnel Wait, no. No. Hold on. Cathartic Pyre, that's what we want. 3 damage. Okay. We then sacrifice Dousing Device. Take out the Prof. Again. Oh, they... Okay, so... we have to get that off the field. So we'll sacrifice another artifact. Okay. They get the Pongify. Dang it. That's one thing we didn't want to see. No! There goes our Goblin Engineer. Ugh. That sucks. We can swing here. I'm pretty sure they're not going to block. Down to 10. So we're close, but we're not still quite there yet. Okay. Alright, so Primal Tide. Opponent swings. We block the Llanowar. Alright, Piggy Bank. Do we care about that? Okay, let's see. Alright, well, Pinnacle Monk. Guess we can try to get some value here. Okay, Shrapnel Blast. So I think I have an idea to see if we can get to this win. Piggy Bank. No tax. Okay, so if this works out the way I think it does, I think we might be able to get a Shrapnel Blast off of River's Rebuke. Ah, I hate this card so much. No. Oh dear. Every time a River's Rebuke. Every time I play against blue, they play River's Rebuke, they bounce everything away, and we take the L. Jeez. Dang. Okay. I was hoping we could at least sponge one more hit, and then maybe we could have used the Shrapnel Blast, copied it, and we could have won, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. All right. That's fine. It's okay, everyone. We've only just gotten started, so it's not a huge deal, but still, God, it's so annoying of a card. River's Rebuke. Every single time I play against blue, they always have the River's Rebuke when you don't want it. But it's okay. We're going to shake it off. We're going to try again. We're not giving up because we want to see if we can get the remaining 2 wins, and then we'll jump to an upgraded version of the deck. But until then, all right, got the Cleansing Wildfire, which normally we like, but don't have anything really to use it with. So we can Demand Answers it away if we need to in a pinch. Okay, opponent is... Oh. Okay. I guess they're just going to mulligan and just give us a free win. Oh, wow, they went to 3? Ugh. Okay, opponents, I mean, that's your call. If you want to do that, that's fine. Whatever they must have something that's a banger. Am I right? Okay. Any case here, let's see. Okay, we got the Demand Answers, so we'll Demand Answers since we don't need the Cleansing Wildfire now. So we'll toss that. Draw 2 cards. Nice. Okay, we got the Heraldic Banner. That's good, too. Banner. Coming in. On red. Alright. Okay, Gala Discovery. That's also solid. For now, though... Actually, yeah, we'll play it now. Come on. Mill a land. That's the best hit. So that means we get... Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Just as planned. And then Mechanic Warfare or Mechanized Warfare. Okay. I think now we're set up to go. Almost got 3 cards and I have no idea what they got. Ooh, resource. Now they're playing with 3 cards. That's disgusting, but okay. It's fine, opponent. You do you. Gifted Tap Fish. They draw 2 cards. The gift was promised. The 2 non-land cards. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to do shenanigans here. They're playing with Sinar. Unfinished Genius. So this is a Goblin Sorcerer. The often ignored Izzet card, or I should say Prismari, because, let's be real, not too many people are going to be playing with this little guy because, well, I mean, there's a lot of broken stuff in these colors anyway. Ooh, nice. We got the weapons manufacturer. Okay, so that's exactly what we could use. Okay, so let's see here. Mica? Nice. And then we'll play this for tapped. Okay, so now I think we're set for success here. If by some miracle we can hold on to this and our opponent doesn't blow away everything again, we should be good to go here. Are they going for the Thassa's Oracle? Oh, looks like they are. Alright, well, spoiler, Affinity for Anime just figured out how we just lost right there. Thassa's Oracle is another one of those cards where originally I had it in one of my paper decks, but I realize now it's not a very fun play pattern. You jinxed it, by the way, Affinity for Anime. You literally just jinxed it on me. Alright. Well, for reals, though, I mean, yeah. Alright, fine. Opponents got combos. Yes, they do. But you know what? It's okay. We could still get our wins, everyone. We are still going to get our legit wins. We did get 1, so it's not like the deck can't do anything. Heaven forbid anybody play a fair deck in 2026. That's all I'm trying to do, everyone. I just want to do something fair. Okay, so mountains, monkey, dogs, treasures. Okay, I think it should be fine, right? Let's get our monkey in. Monkey go. Yeah, it's okay. Cody. Actually, I realized we never played Cody in the original Strixhaven set. You know what? I'm going to do it. Before we get to Marvel, I'm going to see if we can try to put together a Cody deck before we get to Marvel. I'm interested in trying to see if we can make this guy work. You can't cast permanent spells, so that means it's all spell slinging for this guy. That sounds spicy. So we'll do that later on. Affinity, yep, called it. Yeah, you did. More like you jinxed it. Okay, Windswept Teeth. So our opponent's playing 5-color pile of spell slinging with Cody here, which, for anybody that didn't notice, the last update to Arena, they updated Cody now, so he retroactively now has a new type underneath his construct ability. He's now a book construct, so that probably means that in the future, we'll start seeing maybe like book artifacts, which actually might be kind of intriguing to me once we get to that point. I don't know how it's going to work, but hopefully we'll get some stuff. We've got Munitions, that's cute. Down to 21 opponents. Okay, so Mica hopefully can come in. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but we need to take a chance now. We got to get this going here before Cody starts doing things. We're getting our lands, which is great. Okay, Mica coming in. Let's see. Guess we'll just do our swings now. If our opponent blocks, so be it. Okay, down to 19. Okay, so this should be good here. Once we get the big score off, we can sacrifice the percussionist. We'll basically get a whole new hand of 5 cards. Ooh. Wooberg. What's coming? Should I be scared? Is it going to be scary? The alarm has gone off. Opponent pays with 3 life. And they got to blow up our Mica. No. Okay, fine. Goes back to the command zone. It's okay, though. It's okay. We can still get value with Clock Percussionist. Ow, Legion dash that? Okay. Glimpse the impossible. Okay. So, still can't play Mica, but let us play... Let's do it this way. Glimpse the impossible. Exile 3. Okay, nice. We will strike it rich. Pyretic Ritual, because I also want that banner down. And Heraldic Banner on red. Get another munitions. We get Eldrazi Spawn to help us with ramp. Finish Ramay. Nah, I didn't jinx it. Whenever someone playing blue mulligans down to 3 cards, 99% of the time it's the Thoughts Oracle. Huh. Well, consider me a little slow on that knowledge, but okay. Good to know for the future, by the way. Okay, opponents. They draw 2. Apparently they didn't want to destroy our artifacts, but okay. Surprising they didn't want to. They also got to Get Lost for free. Okay, they help with the Get Lost. Monkey dies, but that's okay. Leave behind for us at least some value. Oh, nice. Stormkilled Artist is pretty good too. Okay, so for here, Stormkilled Artist. Nice. We will strike it rich. He gets bigger. So he big. Big Stormkilled Artist. Okay. Opponent's still doing Cody stuff. I don't have any removal for him right now, which is kind of awkward because it allows our opponent to just do their thing. Okay. Get another free artifact. Destroy an enchantment. No! That Mortify is going to blow up our weapons manufacturing, isn't it? Oh, that's so sad. Or do they go... Oh. Oh, they mortify that. Okay. Annoying, but yeah, that's not horrible. That's actually not something that we worry too much about with our plan. Okay. Fire magic. Not enough to destroy everything, but okay. Here's how we do this. I guess we'll pop these now. Mica coming in. Okay. Let's see. All right, well, I guess we'll do it this way. Big score. Okay, we'll throw away that. We will sacrifice an artifact. Munitions. Our opponent's face. King. Draw 2. Taking treasures. Draw 2 more. Okay, not too bad. And then from here, Ornithopter Paradise. We get that out. Take another munition. And then finally, Goblin Engineer. Okay. We then dig out an artifact, put it into the yard. So what do we put out there? What do we want back? Do we want the Dragon Spark Reactor, or do we want the Dowsing Device? Dowsing Device is not too shabby either. Let's get the Reactor. We are close to going off. Affinity for Anime. What's this midweek's match deck building rules? I think it's has to be commander for the most recent sets. Yeah. So the whole idea is... this one, you just gotta have a commander that is from the latest set. So in other words, you need a Secrets of Strixhaven commander, but otherwise the rest of the deck can be whatever you want it to be. So, is old Cody reprinted in new Strixhaven? That's actually a good question. He has to be if he's legal for this event. I mean, that also would explain why they retroactively give him Book Construct. Am I right? I haven't taken the time to actually look at what was in the set, so I think he's probably on the bonus sheet. At least I think he was. But in any case, okay, so Cody doing Cody things again. Opponent, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Urgent Necropsy. Okay. So they do lose 3 life again. They do their shenanigans. They get a Stroga. Wow, they have level removal there. Okay. It's annoying, but okay. Mica goes bye-bye again. But at this point, I don't know if we even need him anymore for our game plan. Stroga Midnight. Okay. We'll blow up our other thing. Opponent has been barely starting to swing at us. Go to 17. Okay. Arcane Signets. Alright, so... Okay, Pyromancer's Goggles. Get Arcane Signet out. Alright, and then... I guess the map tokens doesn't really help us, so... No attacks there yet. Okay. We can cast Mica one more time. I don't know if that's going to help us because Cody can still keep doing things. Solve the equation. Okay, opponent's still just going through the whole deck. Swords the Plowshare. Dang, it's just literally all removal. All removal for Cody here. Cody is on the extra seat. I'm pretty sure he is. That would explain why he is legal for the event. Which again, colored me surprised. I didn't know that earlier. Yeah, it surprised me too for the Midweek Magic. Honestly, I thought they were just going to say, like, the Midweek Magic event is just Strixhaven general. Okay, opponent is digging out an instant or sorcery. They can't... Well, they can use the Swords of Plowshare, which is annoying. But... we'll see if we can find a way out of this. Because right now our opponent has blown away everything we have been trying to get out. Battle of Bywater. That doesn't hurt us. Swords of Plowshare. Okay. Opponent swinging again. We're down to 9. Okay. Discover the formula. Okay. So let's see. Mica coming down again. I guess we'll just do that for value just to get the land. So be it. No attack still because we can't do anything. Okay. 1 turn. Does our opponent get the win here? Or are we dead? Okay. Cody doing things one more time. Wow. Just my inability to blow him up really kind of hurt us here a lot. Okay, so they're playing Assure. And that's game. Dang. Okay. Opponent beat us because we just failed to find a way to blow up Cody. If we blew up Cody, I think this deck wouldn't have done anything, but... dang, we just couldn't get there. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. Boy, I sure hope this is not a repeat of last week's, or the, what was it, 3 days ago's our last live stream where we just won the first game and we just failed to win anything else beyond that. I'm hoping that today will be better. Still looking a little iffy, but we're not giving up, everyone. We're going to keep trying. But if nothing else, it's nice to see some of the stuff that we played against now actually facing off against. So this will be interesting. Borny Man, hi, hello, my fire friend. Good to see you again. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. Just in the middle of us, of course, checking out the Midweek Magic Event. So again, build a deck around one of the Secrets of Strixhaven commanders as your main thing, and anything else could be whatever you want it to be. He was too voracious, you say? Oh, that's hilarious. But now I am inspired to do my own Cody deck. Maybe it's probably going to be a week or so before I get it done, but I will try to do one. I'm definitely determined to do that. Spikefield Hazard, okay. So for now, actually get the Spikefield Hazard down. Okay, so a good thing, we still have plenty of mana to work with, but we just need to find a way to get Mica going. Corporate Administrator, alright. Okay, so... let's see. That has to go bye-bye. Braid takes it out. Okay, so let's see. Another land for opponent. Does Abigail come out yet? Maybe? Yes? No? Okay, Abigail does come out. Okay, Mirage Mirror. Okay, Storm killed Artist first. I'm going to see if we can try to do some ramping with him. Glorifying Verse. So they can make copies of this card. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but okay. Okay, Fatal Passage, getting sacked. Finish Reanimate. Yeah, I don't know if there's this new matchmaking or something, but the only deck I can seem to get any wins with recently in Arena was my Tifa deck. They said they tried to fix it last week, but at the same time, I'm still a little skeptical that they fixed anything. By Verse. Okay. We have to discard 2 cards, unfortunately. Okay, so opponent, what do you blow up? Or what do you throw away? Most likely it's the Mirage Mirror and the Flick a Coin. Sad enough. But okay. What do they hit? Mirage Mirror, okay. Okay. Go to 20. Blazing Fire Singer. Alright, so with that, we'll swing here. I guess we'll do this now. Okay, Magecraft. Make 2 treasures. It's for 4. Okay, not too bad right now. We'll play Fire Singer. So if this works out, Mica can come down. And we should be able to get a little bit more value from the Rebirth. Oh, but man, we got to generate some more artifacts ASAP, because Abigail is going to get fast pretty quick. Boarding that. I got to figure out what I'm going to build for this midweek. Okay. Well, I mean, as always, you've seen, of course, if you any of the stuff we played over the last couple weeks, any of those can work for you for Midweek Magic if you have no idea what to build around. I've definitely been tweaking the matcher. I have noticed. I'm hoping that it will get better. Still a little iffy on it, though, but we'll see. Reflective Golem, okay. Maybe I should have put into the budget deck Reflective Golem. This actually goes pretty well synergistically with our deck. Maybe I should have put that in. Okay, Gold Saucer, that's cute. So here, we will play Mica. Okay. The Rebirth would be nice, but let's see. Wait, does this work how I think it does? Actually, we'll wait it out. We'll wait it out. We need at least one more enabler or at least a little bit more mana in order to get extra value off of the Seething Song and the Kadotha Rebirth. Trying to find a way to see if I can get both off. Going to be super greedy here. We're at 14. Our opponent's at 18, though. This Exalted ability is going to catch up to us pretty quick here. That does remind me of that. So, Affinity for Anime, you brought it up, but the Borny Man and anybody else out there, how do you feel about the matchmaking process currently in Arena? Do you feel like it's gotten better, or do you feel like it's not changed at all? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. Get more glorifying verses, because alchemy, why not? Okay, glorifying verse again. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Honestly, Tam Observant Seagull seems neat. Tam? Okay. I thought about doing Tam, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Tam feels very samey for me. She feels like she's Tatyova with extra steps. Because what she does is no different than Tatyova, unless if you're trying to copy stuff. Then I could see there being interesting. Ooh, Cathartic Pyre. Okay, so from here, saucer down. So let's see. We'll do it this way. Okay. This is where we can have some fun. So we make a treasure token. And his ability goes off here, so we sacrifice an artifact. Now we get a ton of ramp, and Magecraft does trigger again. Nice. That's plenty of mana for us to make our game plan work. Okay, so from here, flip a coin. Come on. Give us a treasure. At least one more treasure. Dang. Okay. All right, so instead, Kadotha Rebirth. So we'll discard here. Okay. Well, let's see. Can't use it anymore, so I guess we'll just discard one. Come on, deck. Come on. Give me something good, please. Come on. Okay, Fireweaver, that's a little awkward because we don't need him now, but could have used him earlier. Okay. Alright. So... can't do anything? What's the tootables? All I could say is my win rate in Arena has dried up since the changes to matchmaking. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. But we can't give up, everyone. I mean, despite the changes they do to matchmaking, I'm hoping that it will get better. It has to be. Am I right? Okay, Inkling Mascot. Coming back in. Abigail can then cast off her thing again. Okay. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand, and once again, our hand is dumped. But I have a bad habit of doing that all the time with my game plans. I have a habit of dumping my whole hand every time. Despite how easy mode it feels like to look at alchemy cards, on principle, I still refuse to use them. Still not going to do it. Opponent swings. We go to 2. Oh, wait, I forgot. We're dead from the Exalteds. Go ahead, opponent, swing and finish it off. All right. Once again, alchemy cards are dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. No, thank you. Okay, okay, fine. Won't get mad anymore. Won't get mad. We'll just shake it off. We'll try again. You like the changes? Okay. Well, that's good to hear. But yeah, and again, whether you're watching live or on the replay, everyone, let me know what your thoughts are on what they said. They have stated that Arena has made tweaks to make sure that matchmaking is a little bit more fairer. At least that's what I'd like to believe. Alright, so we're playing against Ennis Debate Moderator. I have not seen anybody play this card, so I have no idea what we're getting into right here. Ennis enters, exerts up to 1 target creature you control. Return that card to the battlefield. Okay, so it's a blink effect. Beginning of your end step, if 1 or more cards was exiled, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Okay. So just blinking on a budget. Got it. Now it's a Heir Apparent deck. No, we're not doing this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sick of playing against Heir Apparent decks. No, we're not gonna try that. God, that's such a boring way to play the game. All right, let's try it again. Give me an actual decent opponent, Arena. Just someone decent. We still got to try to get at least 2 more wins off of this event. But if it ends up being too much of a struggle, we will go... Oh. Okay. Looks like our opponent had the same idea as us. Okay. Game on, opponents. So our opponent here is playing literally the same card as us. Is their version better than ours? Well, I think technically it would be because we're still playing the budget version. But, again... if we're still struggling here to get through the last remaining wins, we will just go to the upgraded one for the remainder of the event. If it ends up taking the whole stream, so be it. We'll see. What is our opponent going to be? How did our opponent build their version of Mica? Is it Mica? Well, it can't be Mica, right? It's Mica, right? Unless if I said that wrong. I really got to check how to pronounce names sometimes. Okay, we go first, so we'll get that down. There's no point in warping, so we will not do that. Okay. Mounted for our opponents. Okay, Dwarven Mine. That actually will work out for us later on. So let's see. For now, makeshift munitions. When we need to start sacking stuff, we will. Oh. Okay. Yay? Didn't want the pity win, but okay. Whatever. I guess it just helps us move along for today. Alright, so get that there. Claim our next card. More gems. Oh, it's nice. We got 40 gems off of that because it was a mythic. Alright, slowly we're building up some more gems there. That'll be great. Also, if you guys didn't read already, as a reminder, starting next week will be the Marvel set spoilers. Even though I've said millions of times already, I'm just not interested in building around stuff like that. Out of obligation, because I am a content creator, we will build decks around Marvel. I just hope that doesn't tank the channel. But for reals, though, if you're interested in seeing that, we will talk about some of the cards that actually may look interesting when that time comes. Oh. Okay. I guess there's our third win, everyone. Okay. Well, I guess maybe this kind of works out in our favor, so I guess we'll just go from here. What did we get for our runs? Okay. Now it can be card. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that kind of works out in our favor. So that means we don't have to do the rest of the event anymore, but we will talk about now the upgraded version of Blast from the Past. So what if we take the time to upgrade this deck and make it even more ridiculous than it currently is? So what you're going to see on screen right now is if you like what the deck does and maybe you want to try to see if you can build a little bit more around it, here's what I'd recommend for you to get more power from Mica here and his ability. So we definitely want to start leaning into basically all the broken artifacts we can squeeze into a mono red deck. So we'll throw in Mox Opal here, which is perfect for our deck. It's literally a free spell for us, and it taps for 1 mana of any color as long as we have 3 or more artifacts. Other upgrades to the deck here, we're going to throw in Ragavan here because this little monkey does so much. So that means we're going to start getting treasures and stealing our opponent's stuff. To make sure we can start doing some life gain and drain shenanigans and pinging, we'll throw in Basilisk Collar here, giving a creature Death Touch and Lifelink, which is beautiful. And then for the 2-drop slot for upgrades here, we'll throw in Artist Talent. So this will help us just discard cards, draw cards, just help us churn through our whole deck. Non-creature spells will be cheaper if we get to level 2. If we get to level 3, we can start burning out our opponent even more, which is going to be good for us. We'll throw in Hexing Squelcher here, making sure all of our spells cannot be countered. We didn't run into that for the event, but this definitely helps us out. It gives everything we have Ward 2. So Ward 2 will stack with the Ward 3. So that means your opponent has to pay 3 life and then 2 life for a total of 5 life if they want to blow up Mica. That's actually a pretty heavy chunk if they actually want to do that. Let's see, other upgrades we're going to throw in. We'll throw in Legion Extruder here. So it deals 2 damage when it enters. However, you can sacrifice cheap artifacts you don't want to use to turn into Golem. So that provides for us at least another way we could put out more tokens and give us a little bit more of a little bit more aggro behind the package we're using. Other upgrades we'll throw in Runaway Steamkin here since we are using a lot of red spells. This will help us put counters and gives us another way to pseudo ramp with our package here. Let's see, other upgrades we'll throw in. Arcbound Ravager is definitely one of our all-stars in the upgraded version. You could sacrifice any artifact at instant speed to put +1/+1 counters on this creature, which is beautiful because you could sack these with weapon manufacturing's munitions, and you can start getting a ton of stuff off very quickly to close out the game. Let's see. Hold on. Party man. Ooh, do you know who Tam would be perfect with? Kellen the Kid. That's right. You can't put in Kellen the Kid with Tam. That's actually a good fit for them both. They actually are. They'd be great BFFs, by the way. Interdisciplinary Study is a weird card. It is a weird card, but I haven't had a chance to also play it that much. So, but it could work with the right setup. Affinity for anime. I'm going to think of some anime versions of proxies to make the Marvel characters. I'm sure there'll be plenty of options for you there, especially because this is also going to be the set where they're really going to go all in on heroes and villains. If nothing else, personally for me, that's probably the most intriguing thing about the set. I am a person that loves to play different creature strategies, so heroes and villains, at least we will do 1 hero deck and we will do 1 villain deck. So that actually should be a little bit fun to do. Where was I at? Okay, that's right. We're going to continue on with all the other upgrades here. So other upgrades, we're going to throw out the boots. We'll throw in Lightning Greaves only because this can equip for free, so that's good for us. And Shroud makes sure that nothing can really touch it, so that's good. We'll throw in Ruby Medallion, so we will replace one of our mana rocks with this because it makes all of our red spells 1 less to cast, which is really good. Crackle with power here means that we can deal 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. X, however, is 3, so that's a little expensive, but if we could ramp out just enough, we should be able to do a massive blast of damage to any opponent, and hopefully this can close out the game. This is also hilarious to copy if you use it with Mica, so just FYI for a finisher. In the 3-drop slot for other upgrades, we'll throw in Burgie here, God of Storytelling, so she can add for us red mana, and we don't lose that red mana too, which is good. And as long as we can just keep doing that, hopefully this can give us enough to then just ramp into our package. We'll throw in, of course, other upgrades like Fable the Mirror Breaker. Another way we can use this to copy non-legendary creatures so we can just generate some more value with it. But if nothing else, it just provides for us some extra counters and also tokens for us. Other upgrades for the deck we'll throw in will be cards such as we have Academy Manufacturer. We are making a lot of treasures, so this can create for us a bevy of clues and food. So this can be great for us for more sack value. Other upgrades we'll throw in Scrawling Trawler. This just helps us just turn through our deck and draw cards. Anytime an opponent draws a card, they will lose 1 life. So this can be a nice, slow, incremental way to get more value. Since we're going to be playing with a lot of artifacts, we've got to throw in Tezzeret, Cruel Captain here. Allows us to dig out any one of our cheap artifacts, but realistically, you want him only just because as you play more artifacts, he'll add more loyalty. If you can ultimate with him, that's where you can definitely start closing out the game and getting some extra value with some of the artifacts you don't mind turning into creatures to help block our opponent. For other upgrades for the deck here, we'll throw in the Fire Crystal. So Legendary Artifact makes all of our red spells, just like the Medallion, cheaper to cast. Gives all of our creatures haste, which is nice. And for 6 mana, which is a little expensive, but if you make it work, can make copies of creatures we control and make them tokens. However, you do have to sacrifice them at the end of your turn. And then finally, for the major upgrades on the back end here, we'll throw in Chameel the Inner Sun. We can discover 5 for this and make sure all of our spells also cannot be countered, so it stacks very well with Hexing Squelcher. The discovery ability, to discover 5 means we should be able to then churn out pretty much anything out of our deck for free. Speaking of more free value, we'll throw an Improvisation Capstone here for 7 mana. Exile the top card of your library until you exile cards with a total mana value of 4 or greater, and basically you can cast those cards for free. Since it has Paradigm, once the spell resolves, you get it for the rest of the game, so that's also a good value for us. For more upgrades, we'll throw in Cityscape Leveler. Think of this as a really souped up version of the Golem we just played. So this construct can destroy non-land permanents, whether it attacks or not. So that's actually good. Leaves behind Power Stone tokens, but that's not a huge deal for us. We could definitely get some value off of that. And then finally, our pseudo wrath will be Portal to Phyrexia. If we can get this out with like a Trash for Treasure, that's hilarious because then we start getting stuff from our opponent's graveyard to the battlefield as Phyrexians and just turn the tables hopefully against them. Finally, as our upgrades to the mana base here. Actually, wait, hold on. Did we actually not upgrade the mana base here? Oh. I realized we didn't do that here. Okay, so let's see if we can go through some of the red lands that we can upgrade into. Because I realize now we didn't do that. Okay, so for this version of the deck that's upgraded, we'll throw in Volcano of Roku, Volcano Multiple Pinnacle. So that can also burn out your opponent, so that's good for us. What does that mean then? We'll probably... Well, actually, we don't really need to drop anything. Maybe we'll just drop the Dwarven Mine. Put in Sokazin. And then other cards that can help us out here. Do we want the O-Chair? Deepest Might? So this actually could be an interesting one. So put in the Fire Nation Palace. We'll throw in Den of the Bugbear for more value there. Probably don't need the Arid Archway as much, so we'll probably cut that. And I think from there, we pretty much don't need anything else realistically. Most everything else is just going to be not needed because we're mono red. So I think that's pretty much all we can do. So we'll probably just drop them 1 mountain and then apply like that. Okay, that should be good there. So that's now going to be an upgraded version of us, everyone. So we'll take this into proper Brawl and we'll see how well this goes. So go to Brawl. Last upgrades. All right, can this version be better than the current one? We'll see in just a few moments, everyone. We'll see. Can this version of the deck actually do better than the current one? All right, let's see. Let's fire it up. Let's see. Locking it in. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, our opponent is playing with Marina Vendrell. Oh, okay, it's the Rooms Commander. Well, we played her during Halloween time, so that was actually a fun one. Let's see. Can we outvalue our opponent with our big game plan here? Play the mountain. All right, opponent, what you got? Show me what you got. Okay, tap land, that's cute. Mountain there. Runaway Steamkin coming in. All right. So if we can get this off, Mechanized Warfare into Fire Crystal, and that should make everything cheaper. Marvin. Ooh, okay. We haven't played with him, so I'm not sure how he's going to turn out, but we'll see. Mechanized Warfare. All right. Let's see, do we want to swing? That is risky. But at the same time, our opponent, I'm sure, does not want Marvin dead. So we'll just swing and see what they do. Do they take the hit? We do get the first hit in. What you gonna do, opponent? Oh, they do block. Okay. Well, that kind of messes up a little bit here, but that's okay. Doesn't hurt us too bad, right? Erratic Apparition. Highway Robbery. Huh, okay. So, first off, Academy Manufacturer. Okay, so the way I'm looking at this now, if we need to, ideally Solemn is what we want. Okay, Chromatic Lantern. So they get to ramp. Dollmaker shot. Alright. Here come the dolls. Or I should say toys. The Seething Song is not horrible. Alright, well I guess we'll have to do it this way. Okay, so from here... What do we want? Solemn coming down. Get out a basic, I guess. Mountain. No attacks. Losing a little bit of mana there is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. Small price to pay. Okay, so from there... Pyromancer's Goggles will be nice once we can get that going. Those Fleet Answers. Alright. Kind of starting to go off here. That's not good. Okay, make more toys. Weapons manufacturing. Okay, that's not bad either, but might be a little too slow now. No attacks. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Opponent managed to get off everything pretty fast here. Marina coming down. Alright, they dig 7 deep to get out all the enchantments they need. That probably means now, yeah, we're dead. Alright. Dang. Wow, their deck moved pretty fast on us there. 5 color piles, everyone. Either they do nothing, or they do everything. And our opponent was able to get off everything there. That's okay. Shaking it off, not a big deal. Okay. See if we can just get maybe a couple more wins. Hopefully we can at least get 1 or 2 more wins today. That would be nice. I mean, this deck can't be any worse than last streams. Last streams, I thought we had together something that I thought was going to be amazing, and that deck fell flat. Dang, we did not do Judith proper. That's okay. This is a new time. Okay, opponent is playing with Tifa here, so we know how Tifa works. We just need to get some spot removal in hand. Okay, we got the Legion Extruder. That's good. We'll keep that then. That alone should slow her down just a smidge. Alright. Keep the hand. Opponent, what you got? Turn 1, land. Ooh, Ruby Medallion's also fantastic. That'll be really nice for us. Does Tifa come down now? If they do, then we got a Legion Extruder next turn. All depends on what our opponent does here. So what you gonna do, opponents? What you got? Got a player now? Yes? No? Something? Okay, Tifa is coming down. Alright, so from there, Legion Extruder now. Hang ourselves for 1, but small price to pay. Tifa goes bye-bye. Too bad, opponent. You're not going to get off an early turn swing there. So that means she's slowed down for now, which is good. That's what we want. Into the north. So they're going to try to start ramping. Alright, so that's fine. Does that mean they get the next land down? Opponent. Alright, they get the escape tunnel. Do they keep it, though? Tifa. Okay, they don't. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yay, we did get our next land drop, so that's excellent for us. So, we need to find a way to speed this up a bit. Ruby Medallion. Dragon Spark Reactor. Charge counter 1. Okay, so we are looking pretty good here. We just need to start speeding up, building out our whole plan. Can this work before Tifa gets out of control? Okay. Tezzeret. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this? Put Tezzeret down now. The Evolving Wilds are going to save, I'm guessing. We will tick down with Tezzeret.
Will be your last act.
And then from here,
Just what I needed.
get the Mox Opal. Play the Mox Opal. Okay, on it. So Tezzeret now gets another loyalty counter. And we get some more red man off of that.
There is no system I can't improve.
Tezzeret is vulnerable right now, so if our opponent wants to, they can take away Tezzeret. But at least we got out at least one more source of mana here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Still would like a little bit more, though. Mica can't do anything unless we get a little bit more artifact support. Can we do it? Evolving Wilds, they sack. So that comes with Tifa. Escape shift. Oh, they got the win. Alright. That's a concede. Oh man. Is everyone just playing combo decks these days? Whatever happened to good, clean, fair Magic, everyone? Man, am I living in the past with my decks? I'm just trying to get some mid-range value here, and our opponents all just want to just do one-shots. Dang, tough crowd today. Okay, it's fine. We'll see against our next opponent here, who's playing Helga, Skittish Seer. So they're playing some kind of... What is it? I forgot what this card does again. Okay, so big spells, life gain. Doesn't have to support frogs, but that'd be cute if they did. Keep what we have, though. We can cast what we need. Let's see. We'll start off with a Monk, playing it tapped. We have Burgi, which is nice for generating value. Basilic Collar, okay, that's also good. Let's see here. Do we want Ichor Wellspring? Draw another card. Okay, Arcane Signet, that's good. 40 man. You're a combo in Gyro. Okay, so anytime you see something go off, you're just like, you're all in on that, huh? Well, can't say it's my cup of tea, but that's not to say we don't play combo decks, because we definitely have played quite a few combo decks all over time. It's just sometimes my combos are not the best. But I'm, again... Okay. Everyone's got the good removal today. Okay, Helga, coming in. Okay, well the good news is we also have our own removal, so... We're not out of this fight just yet. Arcane Signet. Alright. Basilic Collar. Iroh's Demonstration. Say goodbye to Helga. Two bad opponents. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer to use her. Okay, so hopefully on this next turn here, should be good with Mica. Buster Sword, okay. Ooh, Volakut. That enters tapped, but that's okay. Wait it out for a bit. Put the collar on him. Alright. Pretty sure our opponent should have waited for the Source of Plowshare, but hey, this should work out too. Finish for Anima. I feel like mid-range isn't in a good spot right now, power level-wise. I mean, I guess you could be right on that one, but I think it also depends on how you build your deck. And I'll be honest, I always feel like I'm purposefully nerfing myself because, let's be honest, I'm playing with literally a budget deck almost every single time, so it will happen to us. All right, we'll throw away this one. Okay, we will definitely copy it. Okay, so we sacrifice the Wellspring. This basically reveals our whole hand here. Another card. Two more. Nice. Nice. Oh, there we go. This is Cityscape Leveler will be very good here. So for now, get down Stormkill Artist. And sacrifice a couple of treasures, which does weaken him a little bit, but small price to pay. To get a nice big 7/2. Okay, I'm tempted to swing, but I'm scared our opponent has something to protect it with that forest, so... Ugh. I'm gonna have to wait it out. But the good news is we do have a Cityscape Leveler, so this will be our equalizer once we can get it down. Okay, Agent, Bishop, okay. Opponents. Do they equip? They do. 6/5. Counters. They draw cards. Enjoy it while you can, opponents. We are going to be rallying back here. Okay. Surak and Goreclaw. Okay. Alright. Lightning Bolt. That's good. So let's see. Wait, hold on. 3 damage to any target. Okay. That's good. Once we have enough mountains, that should be solid. For now, though, Cityscape Leveler. So Surak and Goreclaw go bye-bye. too bad, opponents. Nice. And lightning bolts. Say goodbye here. We'll sacrifice the Great Furnace. We don't need that anymore, so there we go. Nice. All right. Big swing here. Opponent gonna block. I'm betting they have to block the Stormkiln Artist. What you gonna do, opponents? There we go. Down to 21. Okay, we go up to 25. So from here... Actually, hold on. We'll wait. Gallica turns on 5 other mountains. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3? Ooh. Not quite there yet. Mica? Do they pay the 3 for that? Alright. Well, I mean, that's fine, opponents. Put it back to our hand. That's okay. Okay, opponents. 40 man. Yep, we're burning on this one. We're doing a lot better this time around. But keeping their stuff in check is not going to be easy. We're trying, though. Okay, so... Put down the mountain. Mica can come back. Basilisk Collar on top of the Cityscape lever will be absolutely devastating. I mean, if they want to bounce it back, that's fine. We can still blow up stuff. That's going to be hilarious if they let us recast. Aw, beside you. Opponents. Fine. Okay. But you know what? This is perfectly fine for us. That means we speed up our game plan with the mountains. So, here's how we can do this. Mica coming back in. Mountain. We will highway robbery. Sacrifice 1 treasure. We then, hold on. Discard a card. Draw 2. Alright. We sacrifice a land. Okay. Draw more. Okay. Not too bad. Still trying to make this all work out. And then demand answers later on. Put that on. And pass. Okay. Still hanging in there. Still hanging in there. Okay, so opponents. So that means 5 mana, which comes in now. All right. Okay. Opponent's trying to swing. Do they do it? Okay, they do. So in this instance here, we're going to be sacrificing our treasures here. Sacrifice the Implemented Combustion. Okay, opponent. Do you have another answer? Yes? No? What you gonna do? Green mana, open, alright. You know what, we're gonna sacrifice everything. I know that's a little risky to do, but we gotta keep everything off the field. Opponent has to make a decision here. Do they protect Helga, or do they protect the Mist Raven? Ooh, Helga goes bye-bye. Opponent, Shrapnel Blast. Does it connect? Do we get to do this? Nice. Field is clear. And our opponent has had enough. All right, all right. That was a good one for us. Oh, finally. You can kind of now see what I was trying to do with the deck. Maybe I should get a little bit more aggro with sacrificing artifacts. But so far, hey, we did it. We got a real legit win that time. So I feel good about that. But this is, again, one of those decks where it really feels like the limitations of Arena and the smaller card pool really kind of hampers the potential that this deck has. I mean, yes, you could say that about any deck, but this one specifically, because red needs all the help they can get. But even so, we still will make it work. Right. Shadow Sphere. I'm just playing with Quintorius, OG Quintorius, I should say. Alright. We'll plot away Highway Robbery for now. We'll use that tool a little bit later on. Okay, so we have the Implemented Combustion. Zookeeper Mechan. Oh, I forgot we also have I forgot we had actually 2-drop mana dorks now. I probably really should be adding those to decks. Okay, so for now though, Steamkin, Implement, and we'll pass from here. Yeah, I totally forgot we actually have these cheaper artifacts we could totally use to help us ramp even faster. But okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright. Andril, Flame of the West. So there, let's see, we will play Ornithopter Paradise. Okay, draw another card. Okay, Ruby Medallion's great, but we still can't use anything just yet. Little awkward, just because of how our deck is working right now. Okay, we just need a couple more red spells and Runaway Steam can actually do something. But having to cast all these colorless things kind of threw us off a bit. Hard Light Containment, okay. It has Ward 1, so that's not bad. Okay, do they equip? Wait, can they? Well, they can. Okay, makes it a 4/4. Okay, so here's how we do this. Ruby Medallion. We will Improvise Club. Shouldn't have gotten that greedy, opponents. Okay, pay the Ward 1. We do. We'll say goodbye to that. We'll draw another card, which is great. Okay, everything's back on the field. Down to 22. Phew, okay. Trying to stay in control here as much as we can. Cogwork Progenitor. Another alchemy card. I have no idea what it does. Never end tap. Exile another artifact control. Seek graveyard. Seek an artifact and it perpetually becomes a gnome. Okay. So you start making tokens. Affinity for anime. Yeah, I have a mono red dragon deck I'm trying to make work and it's packed with mana dorks and mana rocks. I mean, it's kind of all you can do sometimes. Is it using the Dragonstorm card? Affinity for anime? I feel like it has to. Am I right? Okay, so Mica. Trying to cheapen the cost of things. I mean, we came here for a reason. We came here to start copying spells for value. Okay, opponents. I realize I kind of did this the wrong way. I'm supposed to do it that way. Okay, so let's see. Okay. We'll sacrifice Implemented Combustion. Okay. And then copy the spell. Okay. Sacrifice another artifact, alright. There we go. There we go. Now we're comboing off here. Okay, so we will discard a card. Draw 2. Okay, with more lands, okay. That didn't really help. We'll just add more floating mana just in case. Okay. Discard a card, so I guess we can at least throw away our lands we don't need. Okay. Great, nice. Okay, we'll discard another card. Okay. And then this time we'll sacrifice a land to draw 2 more. Okay. Whew! Well, that was quite a bit to do. Let's see. First off, we will destroy Shadow Spear. 2 bad opponents. That's got to go. Ooh, opponent. Okay. We'll decline on that. I think we have enough now. Okay. Let's see. What's one more? Let's see. Hold on. You don't lose this mana. Okay, so she can't lose that. Okay, so in that. So in other words, we need to find a way to make this... Oh, okay. Oh, opponent. We were trying to figure out how to combo there, but okay. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. Nice. Me trying to mumble to myself here, trying to figure out, like, wait, I think I can combo off here. But okay, it somehow worked itself out. Well, there you go, Borny Man. I mean, even though I consider this more mid-range, I mean, you can see we can kind of combo off here a little bit, but it does work once it goes. It's hilarious, by the way. Okay, let's keep it going. All right, so we're looking a lot better than last stream because, wow, we were just struggling last time. But this time actually feels pretty good. Actually, I'm enjoying this now a little bit more. Affinity for anime. I don't have any storm stuff in my dragon deck. I tried in the past, and I'd always be dead before I can get enough mana to cast one other spell and spell with storm. Maybe I built the deck wrong? I mean, I'm not going to say your deck building skills are wrong, because trust me, there's many times where I put together decks, and I'm like, hey, this is going to be amazing, and it ends up feeling like it doesn't do anything. So, I don't know. I mean, sometimes also you have bad runs. Trust me, like, anybody that's watched me, y'all know, I tend to have very bad runs often. So don't feel too bad about it. If nothing else, with every set that comes out, that's just another chance for you to revive a deck that maybe you like, and maybe there's a better shot to make it even better. You just gotta believe. I am curious to see what is your list. If you don't mind asking, maybe dump it into the Discord, if you can. And that does lead me to another thing, everyone. If you are enjoying the content, and you want to see a little bit more of what else we do, check out, again, our links that are going to be located in the details below for our Discord. You can support me if you want to month on Patreon. We have some exclusive members-only stuff there and also on YouTube itself. And again, if you do want to at least enjoy the rest of this for free, just simply like, follow, and subscribe wherever watching the content so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck decks, and so much more. Okay, so here we go. We got Virgie here, which is excellent. Now everything can't be countered. I mean, we don't need that, but we definitely could appreciate the ward. Okay, manufacturing. There we go. And I guess that's pretty much it for now. Okay, so Mica comes in. We will get a little bit back on mana there. If they blow stuff up, they have to pay a lot of life. So that might be something that our opponent doesn't want to do just yet. Although they have Sephiroth here. This actually does lead me to another thing. Has anybody actually seen a Sephiroth deck go off? Because I always feel like Sephiroth, this guy should have been absolutely broken. He's an expensive card, but I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's as scary as I thought he was going to be. Unless if I'm off base on that. Alright. No attacks. Yeah, actually, no. Hold on. No attacks. It's tempting. But we'll wait. Affinity for anime. Virgie. God of Storytelling is one of those cards I concede immediately. If I have to remove, if no removal and my opponent starts popping off. Oh. Really? Okay, well, it looks like our opponent's going to take those hits right now just to get rid of stuff. So they do life gain and drain. Opponents. So Virgie is technically vulnerable right now, but that's okay. Okay, good. Our opponent did not do anything, so I'll take that. Simulacrum. Okay. I'll take that. Munitions. That's great. Get out the mountain. And then from here, Shrapnel Blast. We will start booming stuff away here. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, actually, no, we will do this here. Okay, opponents. And we'll draw another card off of that. Nice. We'll sacrifice an artifact. Okay. Copy it. We go to face. Ping. Okay, so that does trigger off Sephiroth, which is annoying, but the whole point is we want him off the field. There we go. Okay. Phew. Virgie, swing with Mica. Alright. Good on the damage there. 9 Lives Familiar is still going to be a while before we get rid of it permanently, but hey, not a huge deal. Affinity. My Sephiroth deck pops off occasionally. Maybe I'll upload the VOD someday. You totally should. Why not? I actually would like to see your build for it. Okay, Ray's dead. Alright. Opponent is bringing back Sephiroth. They don't want to pay the commander tax, which is, that's fine. Okay. Mica. Ooh, that's a pretty heavy hit there, opponents. So they lose 2 white from that and 3 from the ward? Wow. Opponent really does not want Mica to stay on the field. Go to 20. But so far we're doing pretty good here. Okay, Mica coming back. Okay, get that value. Thank you. We will demand answers. We will discard a card to do this, though. Okay, we don't want to sacrifice that, so we'll have to decline for now. Just draw 2. Okay, Pyromancer's Goggles. That's not shabby either. First swings down to 10. All right, so we're closing the gap against a life gain and drain deck. That's not too bad. But can we finish it before Sephiroth makes it back? Okay, Sephiroth is back. Finish Rama. Yeah, I've played against too many Burgie players who just combo forever. I'm not a fan of watching my opponents play solitaire. Neither am I. So anytime I play combo decks, I try to not take too long. At least I try not to. Okay, Pyromancer's Goggles. Nice. Okay, make the token off of that. Okay, and that means Galvanic Blast does trigger. So that's, hold on, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Okay. We go to face. We will sacrifice Artifact. Oh, no. No, I did this wrong. I was supposed to actually... I realize now I probably could have copied with Pyromancer's Goggles and I could have gotten the win that way. Oops. That won't hurt my chances of winning, right? Okay. Yeah. I messed that up. Okay, so... Wait. Dang it. I completely fumbled that combo. Once again, my own derpiness. We're going to swing with Mica just in case. Try to see if we can recuperate just a little bit. Down to 6. Okay. Opponents. I'm surprised they've allowed Burgie to survive. I would have blown it up a while ago. But yeah, I could have won last turn because I realized the Galvanic Blast, if I only copy that with Pyromancer's Goggles, I could have gotten 3 copies and we could have at least blown out our opponent there. But once again, I did not tap correctly. Okay. So Sephiroth is indestructible now, which is annoying, but that's actually not the worst for us. Sacrifices the 9 lives familiar again, as I figured. Draw another card off of that. Slowly trying to close that gap between us. Can't block. Come on, deck. Anything. That's not anything. Okay. At this point now we're getting a little desperate to swing here, so let's see. Swing here. They'll block the token. Oh, they don't. Okay. Surprise. Okay. Well, that clears the field a little bit. Okay. Wait, does that flip Sephiroth now? Oh, that does flip Sephiroth. Okay. Well, I just made a horrible mistake there. Wow, to think I could have actually closed this out like 2 turns ago, and my own foolishness has now come back to bite me. As always, never said I was a great Magic player, everyone. I'm just a jank person that doesn't know anything. Okay. Well, if I blow this match, that's on me. Let's see what our opponent does. We're at 10. They're at 13. So, opponent has a whole hand. Bitter Triumph. Okay. They blow us away. They go to 10. Put that back in the command zone. Okay, life gain and drain us. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Okay. They make us do some discarding. Okay, they sacrifice their cat again. They gain life gain and drain again. They go to 1. Alright. Well, that probably means now we're dead. Okay, cat comes back one more time. Academy Manufacturer. Oh, too little, too late. Okay. Mana there. They token. Yeah. Wow. My own mistake there completely hampered my ability to actually get the win. Okay, I need to really pay attention to what I'm tapping, because I realized when I was tapping, I let the auto tapper do it, and I did not tap the Pyromancer's goggles, so that's on me. That's all on me, everyone. It's okay. It's okay. I'll have to make a note of that mentally and say that was also probably one of our bad matches. Okay. No big deal. Still going to shake it off. We're still going to keep playing. Looking at the clock right now, I'm thinking we might be able to squeeze in maybe 2 more matches here. All depends on how this also turns out. Oh, nice. We got the improvisation capstone. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive long enough to get to that, but we'll try. Okay, Silver Quill the Disputant. So, lots of creatures for casualty, I'm guessing. Till then, we'll plot away a card. Highway Robbery. Okay, opponents. Vampiric Tutor. Ugh. That's a little scary there. Sound the alarm. What's our opponent going to try to get with that? Worn Power Stone? No, that's not that exciting. Any case, what about Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Make her a little gobbo. So he'll generate for some tokens we can use. Assuming our opponent does not have an answer. We'll see. Black Market Connection. Ooh, that is greedy, opponents. I should know, because we played that a couple times and that's ended up blowing us away. We discard 2 cards. I'm going to throw away just the Brotherhood's End. Draw another card. Okay, we got Ragavan. That's actually not too shabby. So, Fire Crystal. Okay. Swing. Make a treasure. Nice. Okay, so that does manage to go off. Oh, we can get this Ragavan to stick next turn. That'll actually be hilarious. Although we actually have enough for improvisation capstone, so that actually might be our key to victory here. If our opponent tries to get greedy here, they can do what they want with Silver Quill. Okay. Okay. Is this enough for our opponent? 3 mana open. Nothing. Okay, great. Now and flip. There we go. And we'll just cast this now. Might as well. We'll get all the value we want from this. This has Paradigm, so we get everything for free. And let's see, what do we want here? You know what? Get the Artist Talent. And the Galvanic Blast. 3 for the price of 1. Okay, that's gone. And added. And added, thank you. And then let's see, do we want anything else that we want to try and get? I think we'll wait it out. No attacks yet. Okay, so we are set to go here. The paradigm here means this is going to be now in the game until we are done. Keep in mind with Black Market Connections, it's green. You can't turn this off, so eventually they have to win or they will lose. Okay. Opponents. Still got a full hand. What else do they have? Onto it, okay. So they use their casualty ability from Silver Quill to make a lot of rabbits. A lot of rabbits. Bitter Blossom, okay. Here come the tokens. Does our opponent swing, though? Oh, man. If only we had one of our low-level rats right now, that would be hilarious if we can get it to go off. We'll see. We'll see. Can we get it? I mean, the paradigm that we have right here, the capstone can get it for us. Maybe? Big swing. Big swing. Do we discard a card? We'll throw away the gold saucer. We no longer need that. Okay. Mechanized Warfare. That's actually not too shabby. Okay, so for here, Clockwork Percussionist, that's 1. Implemented Concussion, that's 2. Spicefield Hazard, that's 3. Let's see. Okay, well, I guess we just take out one rabbit. Sundering Eruption. Okay, we do a lot of discard, by the way. Let's see. Throw away a mountain. Draw into the card. Okay, demand answers. Actually, we can discard that too. We're trying to dig for our key piece here. Let's see. We'll decline. Ooh, Affinity for Anime. Yeah, I just shared my Red Dragons and Sevron deck list on your Discord. Okay, well, thanks. I'll check those out when I can. Okay, look at all that value from the Capstone. This is such a bonkers card. Like, it's so good if once you can get it to go off. Okay, Deadly Dispute. All right. Opponent trying to also get their own value. So be it. Okay. The treasures. Eruption. And then creatures without flying cannot block this turn. So that means, aside from Silver Quill, everything else cannot block our attack in just a little bit. That actually might be the key piece here. Okay, we get our token. Get our token. Alright, so let's see. How do we want to do this here? Play Burgie. So we can try to get some of our mana back. Nice. Highway Robbery. We're gonna have to do this now. Okay. Our opponent sees that we're kind of slightly comboing off here. Ooh, Source of Plowshare. Okay. You know what? We will tap Kiki Jiki. Make another token. Okay. Do they get rid of our token? That might be a waste. Opponents. Alright. We'll go up one life. Burgie. Die. Okay. Go up another. Okay. Can we discard anything else? Maybe Ragavan isn't needed anymore. Actually, draw again. Okay. Sprawling Crawler. Let's see. We're going to be really, really greedy here. But this might actually pay off. Okay, so from here. How do we do this? Okay. Mechanized Warfare. We probably won't discard anymore, so decline. Opponent has 3 mana open. We got that. Arcbound Ravager. Okay. That does trigger off the weapons manufacturing. Treasures are bound. Okay, opponent. What you gonna do now? Mechanized Warfare also gives us an extra little buff here. Okay. Alright, this should be game right here. The munitions to the face. Down to 6. Ravager doing it. Oh, opponent, you didn't let me get the final hit in, but okay. We'll take that one. Alright, alright. Oh, that was a great one there, though. That was a really good showing of how the deck actually goes off there. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, looking at the clock, I think we can squeeze in one more. So this will be our final game, everyone. Thank you, everyone, who has been watching for today. Appreciate y'all. Win or lose on this one. This will be the final one for today, everyone. And if you missed anything today, don't worry. The replays will be live, of course. Once we're done here in a little bit, they'll be up, of course, across X, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So any and all support you provided for me today by even just checking things out help keep this channel going, everyone. So thank you so much once more time. Okay, looks like we're replaying Silver Quill one more time. All right, locking it in. Let's see if we can get this off. We're going to try. Okay, so let's see here. Turn 1. I mean, we can bolt if we need to. These will protect Mica so we can do stuff. Ritual to ramp. Ichor Wellspring to draw. Nothing crazy at the start, but we can definitely build into what we need. Man, the Paradigm there really was our clutch piece there that made a huge difference to our whole game plan. God, that card really was very helpful to put into the deck. We probably wouldn't have won without it. Okay, signets. Alright, opponents. Shambling Gas, that's cute. Trying to get that value. We will put down Darksteel Citadel. Lightning Grease comes first. Because when Mica comes in on turn 4, then we can protect it. Okay. Opponents. 5 cards in hand. Silver Quill could come down this turn. All depends on what our opponent does. What they gonna do? Opponents. Emeritus of Truth. I haven't seen anybody play this card. I like the card, but I haven't had a chance to actually put it into anything. Maybe I would put this in some kind of control deck in the future. Down to 24. Okay, Mirage Mirror will be good for later. Let's see. For now... Alright, Fable. Greaves on top of there. Swing. Make a treasure already. We will use that treasure. Blow away their Mirrodis. Nice. Do they block? Most likely not. Ooh. Oh, down to 23. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if Mirage Mirror might be helpful here. Maybe it might not be too helpful now. But we'll see. I'm thinking we might discard that to the Fable just to draw into something else. What's a victory? Okay. So that means our opponent now locks out our ability to cast instants during their turn. Annoying, but not the worst. Okay. Grab the Conviction. Okay. Make a treasure out of that. Draw some cards. Anything else, opponents? Alright. Just gonna do opponents. Okay, Demolition Field. We discard up to 2 cards. Discard and discard. Draw into 2 more. Okay, nice. We got Tezzeret, so that's good too. So let's see here. First off, Ruby Medallion. Gives us another cheap option there. We will swing with opponents. Opponents. Don't think about blowing up anything. Don't you dare! Ugh. Get lost. Okay, so we get some more tokens, but I guess we can use those for value later on. Okay. So in the meantime, no damage there. I guess now that kind of helps us out a little bit. Mica comes in. Move the Greaves over to Mica, so now he's protected fully. Let's see. So I think our next option is Pyretic Ritual, Tezzeret, and he can start doing his thing. Okay, opponent's at 3 cards, so they're running out of cards too. They haven't actually gotten their land drops, which actually does help us out a bit. Okay, so if they want to get rid of Mica, they have to blow up the Greaves first. Opponents. They're looking over everything. Flag Beast. Okay. They blow up our token. Annoying, but again, not the worst. They can't swing though. Well, actually they can swing with their token. Never mind. Ooh, Brotherhood's End. Okay, there we go. That's actually a really good hit for us. So for that, we will Brotherhood's End. I'm about to end this whole man's day here, everyone. Opponents, I'm sorry. Nope, we're not going to sacrifice artifacts because we just want to blow away their whole board state, everyone. Too bad. All right. Nice hit there. Okay. Nice, board's clear. So that means that they're setting back quite a bit here in order to make this work. Cosmograd Zenith. Do they have another card to trigger it? Ooh, maybe they do have a comeback set to go. Rune of Safety, okay. Alright. So they put a shield on it, which is, again, still annoying. But again, we can still get around it. No big deal. Alright, so we will play Tezzeret. Rule Captain. getting ticked down with Tezzeret.
will belong
To
to
start
me.
getting stuff out.
Even these strange metals answer to me.
What do we want for Mica here to get stuff going? Do we get out the collar or the opal? I feel like the collar might be better for us. Okay, so Pyretic Ritual. Okay, so here's how we do this. Sacrifice an artifact. Yes, we do. Get rid of our map tokens. Thanks to our opponents. Appreciate that, opponents. Okay, 6 mana. Tezzeret goes back up.
All too
Strike it rich. You know what? Well, we will. Get another copy of it. And he goes up in loyalty.
Mana's high.
Acre Wellspring.
Charge.
Up to 5. Draw another card off of that.
I expect
Put down the land.
success.
There we go. And then sacrifice another artifact. You know what? We will. There we go. Card draw again. 6. 7.
Now,
And
to
then
you
finally
I am in charge.
up to 8. All right. Not too bad, right? Hey, we did it. Let's see. No
Soon
attacks.
You will grow.
Okay. So Tezzeret now has enough loyalty where we can ultimate him next turn. But our opponent... Okay, so they're still trying to go off here. Anything else? Okay, good. So from here, ultimates. We will
All
put
of
this on here.
space, Yet nowhere.
There we go.
Right. Mana
let's
still
see.
obeys me here.
No attacks. Put the Dark Steel Citadel on top there. And we're good. Now we have like an indestructible land that can't be touched. Okay, opponents. I don't know how you're going to get around a Dark Steel Citadel that's pretty much untouchable, but you can try. Scroll type, okay. Opponent is trying to fight back. I will give them that. They are looking a little scary here. Tezzeret dies, so be it.
This
Rip.
is only a temporary halt.
Markbound Ravager, okay. Not horrible, but no value from it at this time. But thankfully, Darksteel Citadel's ability here still keeps going, so we're going to start swinging. Do they block with a Cosmograd?
Exploitable.
Do they block with a token? Oh, they block with a token. Okay. Fine, opponent. We get the life gain from it, so that's good. Up to 27. We go down to 18. Okay. That's the land. Do they start swinging? They do. And swinging. Okay. I guess they just block here. Down to 19. So we're at even right now. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give me something. Oh, just lands. Where's our spells? We could be doubling up stuff and getting value back here. Okay. It's okay. We're just going to keep getting a bigger and bigger Darksteel Citadel. Even if they start blocking with their cheap stuff. That does help us out a bit. Okay. Come on, deck. Okay, we go up to 28. They lose a creature. Do they -1? Okay, that's fine. The modular trigger's in, so that means it goes back on the Steel Citadel. Okay. But it's at 18. But if we're forcing them now to go one spell at a time... Wait, does Cosmograd Zenith trigger off of copies of spells? I assume they do. Witch Enchanter, okay. Ugh. That's not good. Okay, our Greaves are gone. So now we are a little vulnerable. Hold on. If you gain life this turn, okay. Okay. Trying to keep them off their feet. Okay. Ragavon's not bad either. Play the Ragavan. Not quite what we still need, but okay. Citadel still trying to swing.
All too easy.
Okay. Still trying to fight. Ooh, big swing there. Okay. We go up to 33. Come on, deck. I need, like, literally any instant or sorcery. Pyromancer's Goggle is itching to trigger off. But, man, our deck is just not giving us any favors here. Still at 17. Our opponent is trying to hang in there. Sacrifice a token. Okay. Opponent trying. They could swing for 8, but now our Darksteel Citadel is getting so big, the incremental damage is not going to be able to catch up. Oh, come on, deck. What are you doing to me? Oh, jeez. Oh, just getting me all messed up here.
My network is already vast.
Okay. Still swinging. Still blowing up stuff. Keep making chump walkers. It's going to be so hard to get through this. But as long as we can keep them off balance here, hopefully this should be okay. Okay. Come on, deck. I just need, like, again, we're right now at a weird stalemate because we just need at least any one of our spells to help refuel our hand and get us back into this fight. But our deck is just doing us no favors, just giving us land after land or cards that don't do anything. Ugh. So at this point now, once our opponent starts doing stuff like this. Alright. Winds of Abandon. Hold on. Exile each creature you don't control. Each player who controls a creature is on this way. Creatures are in library for a number of basic land cards. Wait, hold on. How does this work? Hold on. No. Okay. So, do we lose now? Dang. Now 18. Okay, there's our... There was finally our card, but way too late. I'll still try, everyone. Okay, we'll make copies. Treasures. And treasures. Okay, so we kind of have all of the mana in the world now, and now we've lost all of our creatures, because our deck just failed to get us to go off there. Can't get a treasure, okay. We'll do this. Put it on the manufacturer, I guess.
There is no system I can't improve.
So they're not going to block it, of course, so we can still hang in this fight just a little bit longer. Okay. Trying. We're not dead. But man, our deck is just not helping us at all. Okay. Our opponent did do a massive swing there at us. The Winds of Abandon was really harsh on us there. But didn't really completely destroy us. Oseo can't do anything. Silver Quill, Cosmograph still can't do anything. Ooh, man. This is definitely a long one for us. Yeah, Exile. Alright. Okay. I guess this is just going to start filtering out our land, so hopefully we should draw into action constantly now. Okay, we're literally up to a lot of lands. Let's see. We still have at least like a lot of life to sponge hits, but still it's not enough. Okay. Trying here, everyone. And this is taking actually a little bit longer than I want to because I got to take care of some stuff, but I'm going to try to stay in this fight a little bit longer. Come on, deck. We can stop this deck. We can stop them. But our deck right now is betraying us. If I get another land, this is going to stink because we're pretty much... Okay. Okay. Okay, so... How do we stop this? Is there a way out of this? Okay, so how do we do this then? Let's do it this way.
mana still obeys me here.
Okay, so we'll do it this way. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. I realize now what I should have done was tap that for mana first, and then tap the other one. Okay, okay. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. Trying to figure this out still. Okay. Dang it, our opponent is now catching up. Black market connection. Opponent's getting greedy here. Turning this into a creature is very risky to do. Because that means that if our opponent has removal, that means we are pretty much dead. Maybe I should have actually turned on the Ruby Medallion instead. That actually might have been better for us. Okay, they draw another card. Pretty much out of mana now. Okay, anything else, opponents? Anything else? Okay, Moseo. I can blow away Silver Quill. MTG Hillbilly, hello, hello, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. We're in the final game here, and we're just trying our hardest right now to stop this menace from going off. So let's see. I guess we don't have a choice now. All right. We will... Hold on. 3 damage. Okay, double it up. Okay. Okay, so that's offline. Dang it, we lose our goggles, unfortunately, here. Wait, no. Does it work on there? Wait, it can't work on there. It's a 5, isn't it? Okay. I don't know why they did that, but okay. Did they fumble the card? Huh. Okay. I guess he's still in this fight, sort of. Kind of. Okay. MG Hillbilly. June 17th is early access for Marvel cards. Okay, I definitely got to email them, but also, I don't know who am I emailing, because I tried to email... Okay, Burgie. Okay, we'll play it this time on the other side. Let's see, we need to... How do we do this here? I think we do it that way. Okay.
My
so,
network is already vast.
Swinging here. Just trying to get stuff out of the way now. Okay, creatures going bye-bye. 15. They get their token. Get their card draw. Just getting that Cobblestone Zenith off the field also would be great, but... Oh, jeez. But yeah, I don't know who to email anymore, MG Hillbilly. I tried to use the email address I had before, and now it says that the person on there on one of the lists there doesn't exist. So now it doesn't do anything. So I don't know who to email. Bloom Bearer, okay. We are running out of time here, everyone, so I actually am going to have to cut this at some point, so... we're on a clock now. Ugh. I want to finish this game, but... Oh, jeez. Opponent's just not doing us any favors here. Okay. So. Opponents. Anything else? Sacrifice your token, okay. They draw a card. Theus one. Take their tokens. That fizzles. Okay. I know this isn't going to live. Down to 8. We lose that, unfortunately. I was hoping it was our end. Oh, come on, deck. Where are all of our spells? Ugh. Honestly, we could have won this maybe like 2-3 turns ago if our deck just actually functioned correctly. Okay, this card. Exile 2 cards. Seething Song. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Dang. Wow. I mean, we can use these, but they don't do anything. All right, we'll concede. Oh, that was a heartbreaker. We started chaining off everything, and we kept everything in control for so long. And then that one spell our opponent managed to throw at us to blow away everything, Winds of Abandon, completely wrecked us. And on top of that, our deck just failed to get any of our spells to go off. We had so many ways to double, triple up our spells. We had so many ways to cheapen everything, and we just couldn't do it. Dang. All right. Well, either way, everyone, we're going to have to leave on a little whimper there, but it is what it is. A little sad on that one, though, but it's okay. Still, let's talk about our Blast of the Past deck before we wrap up today, everyone. So, Blast from the Past for the Midweek Magic Event and also for Brawl proper. What do you think of the deck, everyone? Do you like it? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? I like what it's doing, but I feel like this is one of those decks where it's going to do way better in paper, because on Arena, there are some cards that I would like to see that would definitely help make this deck stronger, but they're just not there. So we're going to have to be limited to what we have. That's not to say the deck is bad, but based on the matchups we're dealing with right now, it's also because, one, we're a budget deck, and two, we're also mono red, which are also major disadvantages against a lot of multicolored shenanigans, even against monocolored decks. Like red has a hard time dealing with stuff. We don't have the best removal. We don't have the best ramp. We just try to work with what we got. So despite that, the fact that we got at least one win earlier was pretty good for us, all things considered. And at least also with the upgraded version, you actually got to see we did combo off a little bit. So while the deck is not technically a combo deck, you have the capability of doing so. So I am satisfied with how it turned out. And even though we did lose a couple of games we probably could have won, one due to my own personal mistake, and the other one just, our deck just wasn't doing too well to fire off, I still think the deck actually feels pretty good. So this is one of those decks, if you want to try something that's very different from the usual stuff, like if you want to try to do copying spells with artifact sacrifice, this is actually a really interesting build around. So I definitely would recommend this if you want to try something completely off the beaten path with mono red. I like it. I do like what it's doing. It does feel familiar, but at the same time puts a nice twist on some things out there. So I'll leave it at that. So you're not sure who to contact anymore, MG Hillbilly? That's okay, man. I'll see if I can scrounge around somewhere to try to find something. Even if I'm not a fan of the Marvel set, I mean, if they were to give me early access, hey, I won't turn it down. So just FYI. Affinity for Anime. Looks like you misplayed and forgot to return your commander to the command zone with Winds of Abandon. Even if I did Affinity for Anime, it wouldn't have mattered. We kept drawing into more lands, and we got ramp that can't ramp us or do anything. We needed card draw, and we didn't get that. And we couldn't find any of our spells that would blow away our opponent's stuff. Like in that last match, we couldn't get our Portal Phyrexia to find. We couldn't find the Capstone, the Chimil. These actually would have really helped us fix our plan, but we just didn't get them. And that's okay. Sometimes that is what's going to happen with Magic. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose horribly. Either way, if you like either of these decks, our Blast from the Past will be available for you, both the budget and the non-budget forms, in the details of this live stream once we're done in just a few moments. But before we go, one final thing I do want to leave you with, my true fighter friends, for hanging in there for the very end. So, one of our upcoming deck texts for live streaming is going to be a deck I'm going to call, I know, it's really cheesy, the Naysayers. So, literally a horse, unicorn, Pegasus deck. Mono white, completely just, for one day I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can make this work. It's actually a cute little deck here. We threw together every possible usable horse, unicorn, and Pegasus we could. And trust me, the pool is very low on Arena. So we made it work, but it is going to be a fun one that I look forward to showing off with you guys soon enough. I'll give you a heads up as always as to when the next live stream is. Otherwise, the only other next deck tech that's coming out next week at the beginning of on Sunday, we're shooting for Quandrix counters. So we're going to be trying to see how many counters we can put across all of our creatures as we start ramping and going big and going wide. So something that I know this color combination does already, but I wanted to see if we can do it with some of the latest cards from Strixhaven. But that's also going to be set for the Pioneer format. So that's what we're looking forward to for the next couple of streams, everyone. Anything beyond that, we're still trying to come and play around with some of the remaining stuff that I haven't had a chance to get around to. But I am going to try to start building around commanders and deck ideas that I haven't had a chance to do so, just because I've been trying to keep pace with all the stuff that's been coming out from every set that feels like it comes out every month. I know it's every other month, but it just feels like everything's coming too fast. Still, we'll do what we can. We'll start building up some new ideas and hopefully some fresh stuff for you guys. I'll try to put out some more basically decks that are, again, no Raiders, no Mythics. We still have those that we're going to be showing off for you guys. We'll try to also do a Cody Codex deck coming up soon. So that'll be the end of Strixhaven before we get to Marvel. And I have a couple of other ideas that I want to start kind of playing around with that I haven't had a chance to get to. But we will get to those when that time comes. Until then, final thing I want to say is the shout outs to everyone that's been chatting with me in the chat today. So Affinity for Anime, thanks again for being here. Chris Grainer, thanks again for popping in for a little bit there. Kyle Hurst, also thanks again for popping in. Bordy Man, also appreciate you being here as well. And MTG Hillbilly, thank you again for popping in just as well. And across every other platform you've been watching on, even if you haven't been on with me on the chat, I still appreciate you guys watching me just the same. So thank you to everyone that has watched me today. But that is going to be it for today, everyone. So until then, enjoy the Midweek Magic Event, whatever you play. Have a wonderful week, and we'll get a chance to do this again, hopefully on the weekend. But before I go, as always, I also do want to remind you with one more thing. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again, hopefully, I think, Friday, everyone. Later.